Invictus, my kings, welcome back to the Slavicus Maximus channel, and welcome to a Latin Empire to Roman Empire run. Well, hopefully anyway. And I have a special scenario here where we formed the Latin Empire before the start of the game with Cyprus. So we have the Crusader mission tree. It's not quite Byzantium forming the Latin Empire, it's the Crusader Latin Empire. And those that have seen my more casual playthrough of what if the Latin Empire survived in 1444 or existed in 1444, you would be very familiar with the setup that I have here. But in this video, we are going to be going for the formation of the Roman Empire. And yeah, so it's going to be a little bit different from the usual situation. Essentially, it doubles as what if the Latin Empire survived in 1444 as well. It's a less casual run, I suppose. So the Ottomans have been rebuffed. The Balkans remain intact. They haven't been scourged by the Ottomans or by the Turks. And yeah, so let's look for some allies and let's go. Alright, so step number one is going to be taking care of Serbia, and let's go for Kosovo, and let's also call belligerent Bosnia. We might vassalize them, so we definitely want that Kosovo gold mine. While we are the fifth great power currently, and our finances aren't that bleak looking, we definitely want to expand into Balkans first, because these are Orthodox nations, and we will not get a whole bunch of AE from well, we will get some AE, but not a lot with the Orthodox nations, and those really don't matter that much in the early game or throughout the game at all. So yeah, call Serbia first. Alright, there we go, relatively easy since we do have +5 discipline from our traditions, so we are technically militarily superior to these nations right at the very beginning of the game. So let's full annex Serbia and let's clean up the Balkans. We have very limited claims as the Latin Empire if formed by the Crusader states. We only have the Balkans and Anatolia, but we better make use of these claims while we can. Alright, next up on the chopping block is Bulgaria. There we go. We don't have any claims, so let's go cleansing of heresy since they're Orthodox and we are currently Catholic. Although we will be switching to Reformed a little bit later on. I also have the, oh there we go, Renaissance. I also have the Christianity rebalanced mod, same as I had in the Milan to Roman Empire run. And whereas then we went with Protestantism, this time we are going to go with the Reformed religion simply because I wanted to test that out. I haven't really played as Reformed before, so it's going to be an interesting test of the mod and of the Reformed religion in general. Alright, there we go, Bulgaria fully occupied, so let's annex them, bam, there we go. And we maybe want to chill for a little while now, since we are way behind, there we go. We are way behind on our admin tech and our diplo tech and also our mill tech. And since the Renaissance just spawned, we might want to chill a little bit. Yeah, there we go, absolutely behind everything, so yeah, we're going to chill for a little while before we embark on any further conquests, and we'll see how things develop, but we are in a very strong position. And let's start our little invasion of Italy. Yep, there we go. Yep, and there we go, the Neapolitans have been truly humbled, so we might want to... Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Should we take the money? Should we take the north? Yeah, let's take the north and probably not take any money just to shorten the truce, so we are ready to pounce on them again. Alright, we have a little bit of a coalition going, and I think that's going to be the theme for the rest of the video. Coalition after coalition, that's just how it's going to be. But let's finally head into the Anatolian Thunderdome. The Ottomans have actually grown again, even though in the special scenario that I created at the beginning of the game, they were quite cut down to size, but it seems like they managed to take care of the rest of the Anatolian nations or states or whatever, tags I guess you could call them. And yeah, so we are ready to take care of the Ottomans and take as much territory as possible. And there we go, we'll have a peace deal, something like this. Let's take some money, and that should be good enough for the time being. I managed to catch up in tech, and now we are ready to take the Renaissance. And in general, yeah, pretty good progress for the time that we are at. As you can see, we are number 2 great power. So yeah, everything going according to plan. It seems like the Castilians are willing to ally us, even though they are in the process of probably PUing Naples. It means that we are able to take Malta, and we have the Malta forts, so all good. And Burgundy actually decided to be independent this game. That's very surprising. You don't see that too often. But Burgundy itself is a little bit weak, so I guess it doesn't really matter. The French have really gone after them. They even lost some of their PU, some of their vassals. So yeah, very weak Burgundy this game. But it's time to take care of the final hurdle in our way in the Balkans, and that is Hungary itself. They aren't under a PU of Austria, well, yet, or maybe they just chose a different dynasty or something, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so let's take care of Hungary, capture Croatia, and that'll be good for now when it comes to the Balkans, and later on we'll head down to Anatolia again. Alright, Hungary taken care of, so let's see what type of peace deal we'll go for. Yeah, I think this is just about good enough. The entirety of Croatia is basically ours, so all the stuff that we had claims on from the beginning of the game is essentially ours. Oh well, there's still Albania, but they are allied with Hungary, so we might want to go after Albania as well. But not to spark too much aid with the Europeans, I think we'll do better by going back into Anatolia to disperse the AE a tiny bit, just so we don't get another massive coalition like we did after the Naples War, since Albania is technically a Catholic country, even though all of their provinces are Orthodox. So yeah, let's just take care of business here in Anatolia. Alright, there we go, Dulkadir are taken care of, so let's piece them out, make them, well, yeah, let's make them break their alliance with Hissen Kaifa, why not? And just so they are easy pickings for us later, although the Mamluks might want to get in that action, we'll see. And let's piece out Chandar, so we have one of the last truly Anatolian tags taken care of. So now it's going to be a little bit more difficult from now on to munch into Anatolia, but I think everything is going to be fine, nothing to really be worried about. And after a little bit of cleanup in Anatolia, it's time to go after the Mamluks and take care of business. We do have some claims for our mission tree, which is obviously the Crusader mission tree, so it wants us to go towards the city of Jerusalem, and yeah, so let's oblige and let's go. Alright, that was quite the difficult war, so let's just take some of their Anatolian holdings, a little bit of northern Syria. We have a mission to, yeah, restore the hospitals. I don't really think so. Let's just take some points. And let's actually release Syria for all of their juicy cores, just so we don't get coalition to death even by the Muslim nations. Alright, Pope taken care of. We are still Catholic, so we probably won't be capturing Rome, but taking everything apart from Rome that he controls is going to do us very good. I had to fabricate a claim, obviously, since our mission tree doesn't give us any sort of claims on the Italian peninsula. But we are very, oh, there we go. There's the military coalition. Yeah, this is going to be quite painful. And the time has finally come for us to go into religion and flip to reformed. Bam, there we go. We lost our Crusader States government reform, but it doesn't really matter. It just gave us today as well CB, which we can easily acquire from religious ideas. Anyway, let's become the head of the Reformed Church, become the defender of the faith, and start converting. We also have the Center of Reformation, and as you can see, some of these aspects or the well, I guess you can call them aspects, have been buffed by the mod, which is in the description again. Alright, another massive war with the Mamluks, and in this piece you will be taking quite a bit from them actually, all of Syria's cores and some stuff in Egypt. Let's also take their money and bam, there we go. Latin Egypt, truly a wonder for the eyes. Now we should also have, let me just click on this unit. We also have a mission to complete Jerusalem, which allows for the formation of Jerusalem. We won't really be doing that. We'll be sticking with the Latin Empire. But yeah, so we are even progressing down the mission tree a little bit. Let me just I think we have just about enough to actually pick another one, diplomacy, just to avoid any more coalitions. And yeah, so let's continue on. Scotland is definitely having a good game. Look at them. They've taken care of England. They control half of Wales, half of Ireland. Yeah, they're doing really good. But from now on in Europe, we are mostly going to have to rely on the cleansing of heresy CB, the Deus Vult CB in other words. And hopefully our military is up to scratch when it comes to that. Not entirely sure, but let's switch to war. Let's actually, yeah, we can run two at the same time, yeah. Okay, so let's run two at the same time and let's take care of business. And there we go, Austria has been thoroughly rebuffed, and in this piece still will be taking care of Hungary. Hungary came under a personal union of Austria, or Austria basically forced Hungary to become a personal union. We also get some nice bonuses from the fervor in general. I also took the gold mine in Hont in Slovakia, so all good. A really weak Protestant Reformation this game. That's really not good for us, because it means we'll basically just have to go after the Catholics constantly. And since the AE won't get dispersed, we'll get coalition to absolute hell and back. Yeah, this isn't gonna be good for us. But Constantinople just spawned the printing press. Very cool, very rare to see. I don't really get to see the spawning of institutions in my lands too often, so I guess maybe because we're reformed, we spawned it? Something like that, maybe. Again, another massive war against the HR Emperor Austria, and let's take Vienna as well for them to really weaken them, take some of their money, and bam, there we go. This is all land required for the formation of the Roman Empire, so it's really good that we take it at least this early on. It appears that we have a little bit of a smidgen of a coalition against us. Yes, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, nothing that, yeah, this is not really good. The Timurids are having an awesome game. Damn, they even formed Gurkhan. Oh, very cool. Look at this league war, man. The Protestant side is going to get absolutely annihilated. They stand absolutely no chance. Yeah, this is going to be a bloodbath. Not entering into this one. Yet again, another massive war against the Austrians. They have been having a good game, except for the fact that they have to go up against us. So let's really put the pain to them, and oh, whatever. Let's just take their money and be done with them for now. But I think that's all we need from the Austrians, and this might be our last war directly against them. Man, because everyone's Catholic, the coalitions are just enormous there. It's really not good. And France has been a very good ally for a majority of the game, but it's time to start subduing Gaul. Yeah, there we go. All of southern France is ours, and we'll be taking this territory slice by slice. Don't you worry about that. I just took the entirety of Aragon from Castile. Yeah, I stole them. They're not very happy about it, and they're not that loyal, but because I'm running with espionage ideas and I have the transfer subject cost halved, I just stole the entirety of Aragon. Slice by slice is the only thing that's going for us, really. France isn't in the coalition, so yeah, we'll just purge them until we reach the English Channel, and then we'll go further. Not sure about expanding into the HRE minors. That's going to be a big pain if the coalitions keep up. Yeah, the coalitions just don't stop, won't stop. It's culture. Where am I? No, that's called. This is coalitions. Bam, there we go. The coalitions just keep on coming and they won't stop, and it's really getting on my nerves. just because everyone stayed Catholic, man. It's slowing us down as well. I would have probably had the whole thing conquered by now. But there we go with the final war against Bar. Bam! There we go. We should now have all the provinces required to form the Roman Empire. So let's take a final look at the Latin Empire and bam! Form the Roman Empire. Man, this run was probably the most painful out of all of them we've done so far. It's been just coalition after coalition because everybody stayed Catholic. Really not good for us. I even had to push into the English lands and just to avoid constantly being coalitioned. But everything worked out in the end. The Reformed religion and the mod that buffs the Reformed religion was really really helpful. The diplomacy aspect of faith, or whatever you want to call it, really helped us quite a bit. But yeah, a very painful run. Probably better to do with Byzantium, honestly, mostly because I just didn't have the claims. I constantly had to do holy wars against everyone in Europe. It was painful, but hey, I managed to do it. The Roman Empire is now back and is glorious, not quite as glorious as before, but in many aspects even more glorious. So anyway, thanks Kings for watching, hopefully you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.